Thanks, y'all.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. Sorry for the technical difficulties. But today we're going to talk about the core systems every service based business needs now. I am a certified automation service provider, and I help small businesses and CEOs to get automated in every area of their business, automate the tedious manual work in their business. And these systems we're talking about today, no matter what your business is, what type of business you have, if you put these in place, you'll begin to have a steady flow, a nice customer journey from lead all the way up to loyal fans. So let's go through a little housekeeping. Of course, everybody's muted. Put any questions you have in the chat. Uh, I'm not on the screen to see anything, but Stephanie's gonna be my guide there. And of course, we're going to have a question and answer section. So just be sure as we are going through things, you just drop them in the chat and we'll go back at the end for our question and answer section. So, what we're going to be covering today is the 6 core systems that help move someone from stranger to a loyal client in your business. And I'm going to uh, talk to you about how each one supports, how it's connected, how it goes from one to the other, and how you can strengthen each one. So, why does this matter? Well, most service business owners hit a wall not because they don't work hard, but because they don't have systems doing that heavy lifting. You're juggling marketing, sales, onboarding, service delivery, all this stuff before lunch, probably, right? And it's time to systematize that so you're not relying on your own brain to make sure that you're handling each one of these systems. So here are the 6 core systems we're going to talk about. The first is the traffic system. Then we have the capture system, the offer system, the close system, the deliver system, and the follow up system. And you're going to see, I'll just mention it here, that the follow up system is, even though it's the sixth system, you should have it at each point of these other systems. So after the traffic, you're going to be doing follow up. After you capture a lead, you're going to be following up. So that is how everything is intertwined as we go through this. So let's talk about this first system, which is your traffic system. This is the system that you're going to use to attract people to your business. Um, it's all about visibility. You can't serve anyone, you can't show anybody what you do if they don't know you exist. And it doesn't matter how you're doing this, either with content, your social media, ads, or anything like that. You need to have traffic coming in to your website, traffic coming into your social media. You need to be have traffic to drive them to what you have to offer. So this system usually starts with your website. I always tell my clients, having your own social media is great and good to have, but you need to have your own home base, and that should be your website. You need to own your own traffic and not just rely on social media or drive people just to social media, because any one of those social media places can go down at any time. And if your whole business is just stuck there and you don't have your own website, it's going to be hard for you. So I always say, have your own website and drive people to that. And then from your website, you can drive them to your social media channels, to other places, but always have a website. Because having a website, you'll be able to track how people are getting to you, how they found you. You'll be able to track all that and automate things and use the analytics tools to build trust, because it's all about trust and when people are first getting to know you. The second system is the capture system. So once you've gotten their attention, you need a system to capture their interest. Uh, so this is, again, if you have your website, this is where you'll have a form on there or some type of way to capture email addresses, some type of CRM. If you're like a local business, uh, your capture system may be you have a sales team who take in phone calls and they capture that information and put it into your CRM. So this capture system is very important because this is how you're going to own your own traffic. This is how you're going to own your own leads. This is how you're going to own your own data, is by capturing their information through the capture system. And again, that can be forms, quizzes, landing pages, anything where you can track leads. And because it's online, it's going to run 24/7, and you're not going to have to wonder where people are coming from or wonder who's ready to buy, because if you set up your capture system correctly, you'll be able to ask questions right out the gate to kind of segment people into where they need to be. Once you've captured everyone, then you're going to need to have a way to present your services to them. So again, if you're capturing them through a form and they're on your email list, you might have a sequence set up where you're telling them about what you have to offer or what you have coming up. And then have that link to some type of sales page. Have that link to a booking link to get on a call with you. Uh, this is where you're going to present. This is how I can help you. Okay, we've already captured their information. And again, if you have your capture system set up correctly, you will know what they're interested in right off the bat, because you'll have a qualifying question on that capture form, right? So you'll already know kind of what they're interested in. So you'll be able to offer them the right service that you have that will be for them. So again, you'll want to set up some type of emails, like when someone opts in and gets on your list, whether that's through a landing page, a lead magnet, or anything like that, from the capture system, you want to have some type of follow-up, and that's one of the systems where you're nurturing them to tell them, hey, this is what I have to offer, this is how I can help you, things of that nature, because you don't really want people on your list who aren't interested in what you have to offer. That's a waste of time, and you're paying for that with most email systems. So the offer system is, again, where you're going to present your services, offer it to them, offer them to get on a call with you, offer to learn more about what you have, any of those things. And again, you should have follow-up emails that nurtures them in this stage. Once you've offered and the person has opted in to, like, yeah, book the call, whether they book the call to learn more about what you do, or if you sell something and they've actually purchased maybe your coaching package, maybe your done for you service, anything like that. Well, before that, uh, once you presented your offer and they say they're interested, this is where the close system comes in. Um, this is where you're having the conversation like, hey, is this for you? Um, this is normally the stage where you would be sending out proposals, invoicing, collecting payment, moving them into a client. So this is the system where you need to have it automated where you can collect payment, whether you're on a sales call with them right away, whether you're sending out your link for them to purchase your services. You need to have an automated way. If you do contracts, like for what I do, I send out contracts along with the payment link, uh, and that's all automated, right? So when I'm doing my close, the person, uh, I'm like, next steps are this. And once they say yes, then that's where my close system, where we get them, where they sign the contract and make payment, and then get an email with their next steps of how to get started. So that is all encapsulated in the closed system. You want to have a way to collect payment, to send out your proposal, and to solidify them as your client. Then the fifth system is your deliver system. This is where you're actually delivering the service. And so many times you will see a business, especially if there's a lot of manual work involved, if there's, if they don't have their processes documented, where clients can fall um, between the cracks. And that's because they don't have a solid delivery system. Once someone pays, you should have things set up where they know what's happening next. They know how to get what they have paid for, uh, whether that's automated welcome emails or a workflow that delivers what they've asked for, whether that's like onboarding calls or anything of that nature. This is a critical system that most service businesses kind of like drop the ball on, especially if they get an influx of new clients. It's very easy to falter on this piece. I don't know about you, but I hate when I purchase something and then it's hours before I even get an email letting me know, hey, I purchased it, or even, hey, this is how you get to the thing you purchased. And that can leave a bad taste in people's mouth, honestly, and not want to continue to do business with you or to hit that refund button quickly. If I'm waiting on you uh, to tell me my next steps. And you'll see this a lot again if you're running your business manually and don't have this automated system in place. If you're on vacation or something like that, I shouldn't have to wait until you get back to, get something or piece or part of my next steps of, what I paid for. So this deliver system is again where automation shines, where you have emails going out as soon as they purchase. Hey, this is what you can expect next. And for me, I have a simple document that gets delivered to them that has all the links that they need, all of the next steps they need. Here's how you book our kickoff call. Here's how you give me access to things. Here's how you can reach me. These are my hours. Like all of that is in a document, and that's just as simple as it can that you can make it for yourself. For when someone purchases something from you. So again, The delivery system is so important to have automated, um, because again, once people purchase something, they want to know what to do next, and they want to make sure that and be reassured that what they purchased was was the right choice for them. And then our last system is the follow-up system. Again, most people drop that ball after delivery, but follow up is where repeat business and referrals live. So, again, you want to automate check ins, send review requests, upsell to complimentary services. If your clients forget you, that's not their fault. It's just that you're missing this system, this follow up system. And again, you will see that even from the traffic system. So, how follow up looks after someone is attracted to your website or to wherever you're pointing, wherever traffic's coming from, whether you run ads or post on social media all the time. The follow up again is having them get on your capture system and then following up with those emails. Hey, thanks for joining my list. Hey, thanks for requesting my lead magnet. Hey, blah blah blah. Okay, that's what follow up looks like there. And then once uh, you've once they've gone from capture to you presenting your offer in those follow up emails, then you're going to follow up some more. You're going to follow up about if they bought. Of course, you're going to follow up with the steps to close them. But if they don't take your offer or don't seem to be interested in your offer, you're going to want to insert follow up there also to see why, to see if there's something else they're interested in or how you can help them or what do they need to see more of. Again, that is where you're going to insert follow up there. And then after you close a deal, the follow up is with, hey, how do I pay for this? How do I sign my contract? How do what are the next steps for me to become your client? That's follow up also. And all these points can be automated. And then, of course, at the end, when you're delivering your service, you want to follow up with how was the service for you? How can I make this better? Hey, can I get a referral? Hey, can I get a testimony? Uh, Testimonies are a great follow up to asking for it right after service has been delivered. Um, that's how you're going to get people to become raving fans, loyal fans, is by doing the follow up there. So, the goal of all of these systems is to have a customer journey from them becoming a lead, which is they don't even, a stranger really, they don't know that you exist, to becoming a lead, to becoming a client, and then becoming a loyal fan. Okay. The lead is the first step in them in getting them into your business. And then once they become a client, you can nurture them, and from there they become loyal fans, because the best way to get new clients is from your existing clients. If you serve them well, they'll tell everybody about you. They'll be happy to tell everybody about you, right? And this is how all of these connect. Okay, go back. All of these connect because these systems don't work in silos. They hand off from one to the next. It leads them from lead, client, loyal fan. Every system of these six systems complements each other. So you don't just want to do one and forget about the other one. You don't want to do a couple and forget about the one, because they're all important and they all complement each other. So I want to take time real quick to talk about Novo. Um, Novo is one way that I stay automated with my finances in the back end. It's my business checking account. I love that there's no monthly fees, no minimal balance to get started. It's quick, and I can run invoices through there, which when I first got started in business, invoicing was very hard. Like there was hardly any invoicing tools out there that I could use that would tie back in to my system. So I love that this is built in to Novo right off the bat, and you can get paid and it's right there in your account. I love that there's a built-in budgeting tool, because as a small business, you want to make sure not only that you do budgeting just like you do in your personal finances, but it's even more important in your business. And I know, as far as automation goes, I like to tell people that you want to budget for automation. And so again, Novo makes this easy to set budget for your marketing, your sales, all of those things, right? I love that Novo has integrations. It integrates with a lot of popular apps that I use in my own business. So I love the fact that that is built in. It integrates with my Stripe account, my PayPal account. I can see everything right inside of Novo, and I love that. And then the last thing, I love that it has an AI powered bookkeeping in there, especially if you are a solopreneur. This is so helpful to have that built in and running smoothly. So if you want to learn more about Novo, you can just scan the QR code there and open up a free account. Check it out. It never hurts to have more than one business account, business checking account. And I will also mention they have what they call Novo Reserves, where you can do, if you follow, like if you want to have different portion out different portions of your money, kind of like a built-in savings, or and to allocate different your money to different places, you can check out their Novo Reserves. So again, here's the QR code. If you want to open up an account, it's free. And yeah. So let's talk about some takeaways. You want to identify one system that is leaking in your business. If we, of all the 6 systems we've talked about, if you see, hey, I don't have that system, or I have none of these systems, identify one that you can get up this week. Uh, and to me, the quickest one is the first one, the traffic, because again, if no one knows you exist, you can't sell what you have to offer anyway, right? So identify one system that isn't in place in your business. You want to map the client journey. Again, it's lead, client, raving fan. That's the simplest form of the client journey. Go ahead and map that out for your business. What does it look like in your business? Because every business, the client journey will look different. So at each point, what what is your what is the person experience from getting to know you all the way to becoming a loyal fan? Go ahead and map that out. And then you're going to want to implement one automated system, whether that's your traffic system, your capture system, your offer, close, or delivery, or the follow-up system. uh, Go ahead and implement one. You can get started quickly this week to just implement one. So here are some resources if you would like to work with me. Again, I do this type of stuff all the time, set up these systems for clients all of the time. And if you would like to talk more about that, you can get on a free technology breakthrough call with me by scanning that QR code. And I also have a DIY tech audit starter kit. If you want to, if you don't know what technology you have in your business and you want an easy way to audit that and start the process of making sure that your systems and your technology serve your business, then you're going to want to get my technology audit starter kit. It's a Airtable base where you will be able to list all of the technology you use in your business, when it's due, how much it's costing, what is it used for. And then you'll be able to, I have a walkthrough video of how to actually do an audit on your technology, to not only save money, but to make sure that you're only using things that serve your business and don't have a lot of tech bloat in your business. So you can scan that QR code there. And then here's how you can contact me. You can email me at samantha@organizingguru.com. You can go to organizingguru.com/SP links, and that'll give you all my social links and where to find me. And of course, I'm on LinkedIn at Samantha Pointer. And I'm going to now hop back. Stop sharing and hop back over.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Samantha. And I went ahead and made note of each of the 6 systems in the chat. So if y'all haven't been in the chat yet, you can go over there and see those. So if you had any questions about any of those in particular, now's a great time to just go ahead and surface those. And you can use the chat to do so, just to get us started. But we have our cameras and mics here, so we can use those as well. Hello. And as we use those, I just wanted to get us started with Candace Holloway's question. She asked, I asked if y'all had any questions about Novo or automating your invoicing. And yeah, Candace, feel free to ask your question to Samantha directly.
Hi, Candace.
Awesome. Hi, Samantha. So with not the invoicing necessarily, but like for capturing folks, you mentioned like having forums, quizzes, whatever on your website. Like we have a website, we have an Instagram. But I'm wondering, like, I see on other, so we're a therapy practice.
Okay.
Therapy for queer and trans folks here in Texas. And so I'll go on some websites and they'll have like a little chat bot that pops up and it's like, do you have any questions? Like, da, 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 da.
Right.
Like, is that something that I should be doing? Or are there like apps or other like specific things that would be helpful in either the capture, offer, close systems?
So chatbots on your website are great. I have one on mine, and it's through my CRM email marketing system. So I use Keep and Thrive. So my chat box is Thrive, and it captures name, email, and phone number too, which is great for practices, because most practices need to track phone calls also. So Thrive is really great for that. And I'm a certified partner with both, and I help set those systems up. So I'd be happy to talk to you more about that and send you more information about that. But I use that to capture on my site. As far as I use, like I have a lead magnet, of course, so people opt in that way. And on my lead magnet, I ask one qualifying question: what is hindering your business now? And those questions are tied to a system that to help me know, okay, this is the system they need, or that they're feeling is the most painful right now. So my emails can speak to that. So as I'm nurturing them, I'm speaking to them directly. That it's already segmenting them out in my email system. Another way, so anyone who has a website, please don't just have just a email box down there that says sign up for my newsletter. Nobody cares. Like, so either be offering them, or don't say it that way if it is your newsletter. Don't least off ask for name, email, and one qualifying question. Like, have them sign up to get on a call with you. Even if you go to my discovery call page, right, to get on that call with me, I'm using Video Ask. So we can talk back and forth, and it's capturing their email and it's capturing their information. Plus, I'm hearing their voice, they're hearing my voice, or they can type it in. So Video Ask is great too. If you want to use that instead of a chat bot, you can actually have Video Ask pop up on your site where people can start conversations, and it's automated. So you pre-record questions, you pre-record your answers, and you can answer on the go because they have an app. So once people start talking, you're going to get a notification on your phone and you can answer them right back there. You can record a quick video back to them and answer them back. Again, you're nurturing them. They're getting to know you. They know you're a real person. Because of course you don't want to always just be talking to a bot.
Right.
You want someone, but I like Video Ask for that aspect. I have that in place for not only my discovery call, but also for my VIP days, so I can get to know more. And it's a lot faster. Not everybody wants to get on a long call or even a 15-minute call. They might be more inclined to do a quick video back and forth with you because it's like texting. So
Gotcha. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had a question about what makes a good qualifying question.
So a good qualifying question, you don't just want to ask anything. When I think of qualifying question, I'm thinking of how can this segment the person in my email list. So you don't just want to blast people with emails and they're not interested. Not everybody on your email list is interested in the same things. So that qualifying question should tie back to a problem you solve. Okay. So whatever problem you solve, you should be asking a question to get that out of them. And it can be anywhere from 3 to 5 questions, but they all should tie back to a service you can solve, a service you offer to solve that problem. Because this is where having content to nurture them, this is where you can set up automated emails going out in different tracks based on that qualifying question, what they picked. I've had qualifying questions for clients depending on how much revenue is coming into a business, because depending on revenue, you might need my done with you service or done for you. But if you're on the lower end of revenue, I might need to point you in like my courses or something like that. So you have qualifying questions that might ask about revenue. You might have qualifying questions depending on your business. What type of, so say you have like a medical spa. Your qualifying question might be about where are you hurting, or if you offer massages, what type of massage, like something around that would lead them to your service that you can nurture them more on. Just right off the top of my head, I have one client they're like a medical spa, and they offer like IMSLA chair, chiropractic, all these different things. So you can have qualifying questions like, what are you interested in? Or what is, just anything along those lines. Think along those lines.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And then those come in best at the number two, in the number two system, or like
Capture, yes, in the capture system, because that's where your form is. And you're going to want to ask that on the form. You don't want to give people 1,000 questions, even if you have like where people book a call with you. Asking a couple of questions there, a few qualifying questions there to help you better show up to your call and know how to steer them right off the bat is a good place also. But just one qualifying question on your lead magnet form, not join my newsletter, but some other wording, have something that'll make them want it. That's where quizzes are great, as a lead magnet, and things of that nature are great because, again, you can segment the person and find out what their real need is.
makes sense. Makes total sense. Okay. And then for delivery, I was wondering, is that another thing that you would recommend segmenting for different like services or client types or anything like that? Or is that something, when you talked about how comprehensive the system is, so that there's basically like your availability doesn't affect their access?
Right.
So what can that look like, I guess, as far as logistically setting it up? Do you have like a system over here for the clients who are brand new, to onboarding for, by service? Like, how does that work?
So my onboarding in my own business, I have two different types. So depending on the service they get a tag, and that lets my system know which email to send with the document, because I have two different onboarding documents. I have a more simplified one if I'm just doing a quick project with you, and then I have a more comprehensive one if I'm doing like all the things with you. So they would get tagged in my system. It's segmented based on the service that they chose. So that's kind of how that looks in the back end, because my checkout card that I use is putting them into, well, since they're, sometimes you might get someone who just, they haven't even joined your email list, but they purchase from you, right? So you still want to have your system, your checkout card or whatever, automated, so they put you into your email system. And mine not only puts them into my email system, but marks them as a client and puts all the information that's needed about their purchase, and then kicks off the email sequence for them. So
Okay.
it can get complex depending on, what you do and how many services you have, or it could be simplified if you do the same thing for everybody. It doesn't have to branch out into 50 different places.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Okay.
But I do like having it automated into my CRM, because then I can see the history of what they bought, what they've been interested in. Again, your list, if they're already a client or a past client, you can go back to people. It's easier to go back to people who've already purchased from you and had a good experience with you, than to try to attract new people or buy new people, with ads or whatever, and trying to convince them, hey, work with me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where they say the money's in your list, so if I have them marked as a client, I might want to offer them, hey, haven't seen you in a while, or hey, it's time for another audit, or hey, it's time to look at your website again. It just, again, depends on your business. And again, that's that follow-up system after each one.
Got it. And so you mentioned the website, the importance of the website.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the CRM.
Mm-hmm.
Mentioned Novo.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other, like, either specific tools or apps, or like the functionality? Because I could definitely understand, like, what's like the essential toolkit for these core systems if you're really pared down, and then I have a follow-up question to that.
Okay, definitely your website and some type of email management system, not just a CRM alone, but can also send out emails, whether that's Keep, whether that's Thrive, whether that's ActiveCampaign, whether that's MailChimp, wherever that's essential, having that, and then having payment, a way to get paid automatically. The payment system is in there with your clothes, because you want to have a way to get paid and you want to make it easy to get paid. So yeah, payment. If you do contracts or anything, having that type of app. I know now if you use Google Workspace, you can actually turn a Google Doc and send it out for signature. So they've built that in now, and that's fairly new. In the past few months, they've implemented that. So, or you can use Adobe Sign or something like that. So again, you just want to use apps where you are your website, capturing them so that your email marketing system, payment, and calendar system, like a Calendly or a Square. It used to be Acuity, because you don't want to be playing phone tag with people. And if you use, again, Google or even Microsoft Outlook, they have built in where you can send out booking links to people so they can get on your schedule. So those are like your core foundational apps to have that you have running.
Got it. That makes total sense. I think there's any other questions. I know you said that there's follow-up for each step.
Mm-hmm.
Each of these steps.
Like you always want to be following up. There's always something to do. Even at the very beginning of traffic, following up, how did people find me? Asking people, how did you find me? That is such an overlooked question on a form when someone books a call with you, or someone gets on your list, asking, how did you find me? Did you find me through a search? Did you see me on someone's platform? Did you see me on social media? Because that's data you can use to know, oh, a lot of people are coming from here. Let me show up more there. So yeah, the follow-up is after each one, but it's especially important after someone pays you.
Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. I was going to say, as we turn to the next, I can go ahead and share. I definitely shared your YouTube channel and your website. If y'all didn't catch those, you can go over to the chat. And I shared a specific one. I shared the last replay, how to do your annual tech audit. So for y'all who are looking at automating some of these systems, that'll probably have a great related strand. So it's not a repeat of the same information at all, but it's something more about what we were just talking about, like the logistics of making this happen, what you may already be doing, and how to tell if you need to go ahead and transition and make these systems more efficient to get the outcomes that you like. So go ahead and tune into that.
And get into the tech audit.
Oh, no, sorry. I was talking to everyone to say, go ahead and get into that.
Yeah. Okay.
Video. And then if you want to talk about the next topic up, Samantha, go right ahead.
Well, for the replay of this, I'm going to have a checklist for everybody so you can use about what we talked about and how you can go along and implement it in your business, and how to reach out to me for more information if you need it, or want to talk about your specific business and how these systems would look in your business. So just be on the lookout for that. My next webinar is going to be really deep diving into how to really utilize technology and scaling it, not just the surface level stuff, but we're going to go more in depth. It's really going to be a deep dive. Scaling without breaking. Okay, yeah, because I was like, what is the next one?
It's scaling without breaking. So I know a lot of.
But I'm really excited about this one because it's really going to be a deep dive of how to really have technology be that employee for you, and how not to burn out in your own business.
Excellent. Because I think this one is great for taking a look at like what you need to have in place versus like what it takes to put it there. And so I'm feeling like this next more technical piece will be a great way to follow up. And then also looking at, I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to look towards the end of the year, and because July went by so fast, I know August will as well. But with a positive view of like, okay, like what does it look like to like actualize in these next few months? And so if there's any scaling, any projects that you all have in mind that you'd like to see grow, you're in the right place to actually build on those. And as Samantha was providing ways for y'all to get booked, I want to go ahead and encourage you again, use her website and go ahead and dive into what you need specifically for your business, and get one of those consultations going.
This is a great time before we get into that holiday rush to get these systems in place and rolling, because around Thanksgiving, getting a new influx of clients and things of that nature is not the time you want to find out your system is breaking in the back end. So go ahead, use the summertime to get those things in place.
Absolutely. Yes, be proactive. And all of you are already doing that. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here today, and really hope that you all got some useful resources, some new insights on how you can look at your business structure, and then a new connection with Samantha. You know, come on back through for the next events. And then I did not get a chance to share LinkedIn.
So definitely tag me in the community or DM me in the community.
Okay, I've got your LinkedIn coming in hot. So any of y'all who are over there, here's how you can stay connected. And then of course, all this info is on her website above.
Awesome.
All right. Well, then on that note, I'll say have a great afternoon, everyone.
Thanks for joining us.
Especially thank you to you, Samantha. Wishing you all the best, and we'll talk very soon.
Yes, thank you.